Trisha Curtis, CEO of Petro Nerds and host of the Petro Nerds podcast. It is Monday, April 10th, 2023, and you absolutely have to catch up in the latest Petro Nerds podcast because we're going to have a couple dropping rapidly, and they're great. So I had Mark Marmo on the podcast, episode 77. If you haven't listened to that, please do, because the next podcast is going to drop, episode 78. That is, it's OPEC, it's the Fed, it's China, and it's the JP Morgan, the report that they did on the energy transition. The data in it is just phenomenal. So I talk about that as well. So everything you need to know from the OPEC cuts to what's going on with the Fed and what's going on with U.S. jobs and the economy and oil prices and China and everything going on with China as of late. It's a really fantastic recap. So hope you guys take a listen. That's going to drop today or tomorrow. But today I just recorded with SPL. They're a testing and measurement company, and they're an oil field service company. So it's fantastic conversation. That's episode 79. That'll drop in a couple weeks. And if you've seen the oil prices, we have been hovering around the $79 level, 79 to 81. It's been bouncing around. The pressure on WTI today and the pressure on oil prices is really Fed fueled, right? That's the thinking that if you're looking at the 10-year yield or the 2-year yield, we've seen come back up north of 4%. And the last couple weeks has been this sell-off and this thinking that, hey, or this idea that the Fed is not going to raise rates, right? The market is literally baking in cuts to the Fed cutting rates, which is not going to happen. But the jobs data that came out last week was slightly better than expected. Unemployment actually ticked down, so we're at 3.5% unemployment. Our actual hours worked, our average hourly work week is 34 hours, 34.3 hours, or 34.4 hours is the average hour work week, which is just incredibly low. So that is basically putting pressure. I mean, we're going to have inflation data come out tomorrow, and all this is putting pressure that the Fed is probably going to have to raise rates, and that's weighing on oil prices. So really pay attention to the geopolitical stuff going on right now. China is doing so much within the Middle East. You're not hearing as much coming out of Russia, but China's really trying to get the focus on them from the geopolitical standpoint of being a world leader. So pay attention, folks. A lot of implications for that. Talk to you soon. Bye.